Hello, beautiful people. Welcome or welcome back to Alexis Faye Yoga. I'm so very glad that you decided to join me for this relaxing everyday yoga flow. Now, roll out your mat, tick the little subscribe button down below, and let's hop into it. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another week of yoga. Sending that right foot back. We are going to begin class in a child's pose, making our way down to our mats. Now we can keep the legs together or take the knees a little further apart if you like a little more space for your child's pose. But we'll keep our tailbone tucked back towards our heels as we walk the hands out in front. We'll soften the chest towards the floor and bring the forehead to the mat. We're going to take a few deep breaths here. Breathing in through the nose and feeling the expansion of the back and the shoulders as the lungs fill with air. And then letting the breath go again. We'll start walking our hands over towards the right side of our mat and bring the left hand on top of the right. A few more deep breaths here. Now unstacking the hands. And we'll walk both hands over towards the left side of our mat, bringing the right hand on top of the left. Again, unstacking the hands, walking them forward in front of the shoulders. We'll begin to walk the hands in towards the knees to help us lift the chest up. Bringing the hands onto the thighs and sitting up tall through the spine. Now, if this is uncomfortable on your legs, on your knees, or the tops of your feet, your ankles, you can tuck your toes under, or you can try placing a blanket in the back of your knees between your thighs and your calves. But with an inhale, we'll reach the arms up to the ceiling, reaching nice and tall. And with our next exhale, we'll bring our left hand down to the floor beside us as we reach the right arm up and over, taking the eyes up towards the ceiling so our chest is up and lifted. Inhale in through center. Exhale, we'll place our right hand down and reach over to our right side. We'll move back and forth with the breath, cartwheeling the arms and keeping the chest forward or up. Now the next time that our left hand is down, we're going to drop our right hand towards the floor. Circle the right hand around. Bring the right to the floor. Have the left follow. And then we're going to make these half circles, reaching out in front and around to our sides, trying to keep those sit bones down on the floor. Good. Now we're going to wrap both arms around to the small of the back, or we can interlock the fingers behind us. We're going to find a variation to our child's pose by tucking in towards the legs, dropping the forehead or the top of the head to the floor. And here we can keep the hands on the small of the back, or we can pull the arms together and lift them up towards the ceiling, towards our rabbit pose. Then inhale, squeezing those hands together. We'll lift the chest up again. And then drop the knuckles towards the floor as we lift the chest up. Slowly untangling the fingers, and we'll walk the hands forward to our tabletop. Back and forth through some cat-cows with an in-breath, lifting the top of the head and the tailbone. Exhale, pressing into the hands and arching the mid back up to the ceiling. Back and forth with some slow rolls. And back to our tabletop again. We'll extend our left leg back behind, point the toes down to the floor, and hold here for 3 breaths. And then we'll drop the toes straight down to the floor. We're going to find a forward and back shift. So we're pressing the heel back behind, shifting forward onto the tippy toes, back and forth. Coming back over our hands, we'll pick up that left leg. Toes are still pointed down to the floor. We're going to bend at the knee, hug the knee up to the chest, and extend it back behind. This time, point with the toes. Pull knee to chest, and extend the leg back. One more time, pull knee to chest, this time finding our cat pose with the spine pressing into the hands so that we're pulling our upper back, so that we're pulling our chin to the knee. And then we're going to drop that knee down. So it's not quite between the hands, but it is further up than our other knee. Now with our left hand, we're going to place it in front of that left knee. Our right foot, the toes will drop down. We'll extend the leg long, then drop the inside of the foot to the floor and reach the right arm up for a side plank variation. From here, if you would like to find the full side plank, you can, or you can keep the knee down. Exhale, slowly lower the right arm back down to the floor. Lifting onto the toes of our right foot. We'll pick the left knee up to the chest and then step it towards the top of our mat. Full breath in and an even larger breath back out. We'll drop our right knee to the mat. Lift the chest up for a low lunge. Exhale to press through our front leg, and we'll hinge forward for a half split. We'll walk the hands forward, bending into our left knee to tuck our right toes under. And we're going to press that left leg towards straight. Now dropping our right heel at a 45-degree angle away, pyramid pose. We'll add that bend back into our left to drop the right knee down. We're going to send our left leg back so we can either walk it to the outside of our hands, pick it up and send it back, or we can heel toe that foot around and then bring it in back to our tabletop for a few more cat-cows. And to our tabletop, flattening out the back. We'll pick up our right leg and press back with the heel. Hold here for 3 full breaths. And then we'll drop those right toes down. Forward and back shift, pressing the heel back as we dig those toes in so that we're getting a stretch up the hamstrings, the back of the calf, and the bottom of the foot as we press back. And we're building strength through the shoulders and the arms as we shift forward. And coming back through our tabletop, we'll pick up our right leg, point the toes straight down to the floor. We'll bring knee to chest. And then extend the right toes back behind, reaching long. Bring the knee in to the chest and press back. One more time into the chest. We're going to arch up through the mid-back, bringing our knee to our nose. And then we'll drop that right knee down to the floor from there, placing our right hand in front of that right knee. We'll extend our left leg long and drop the inside of the foot down. Lift the left arm up, side plank variation. And again, we have that option to do a full plank here. Exhale, we'll circle the left arm back to the floor. Lifting onto the toes of our left foot. Lift the right knee up to the chest. And we'll step it to the top of our mat. Full breath in. Even larger breath back out. We'll drop the left knee down, untuck the toes. Reach the arms up to the ceiling and press the hips forward, low lunge. Now pressing into that left. Now pressing into that right foot to extend the right leg long. Hips go back behind us as we soften the chest forward, halfway splits. We'll walk the hands forward as we add a bend into our right knee. We'll tuck our left toes under, extend the right leg long, pivot our back foot to that 45-degree angle away and drop the heel down. Pyramid pose. Add the bend back into the right foot, pivot the left around, drop the left knee, and we'll circle the right leg to our tabletop again. Take the knees towards the outer edges of the mat and bring big toes in to touch or to point at each other. We'll drop our left hand down underneath of the chest, and with an inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, we'll thread that right arm as far to our left side as we can before bringing our shoulder and side of face down. We'll press into our left hand to help lift the chest, unthread the right, reach the right up. And we'll bring the right hand underneath the chest. Inhale, left will go up. We'll thread that left through our right side. Soften shoulder and side of face down. Press down through the right, unthread the left, lift it up, and we'll place it in front of the knees. Walk the knees in, tuck the toes under. We'll send the hips up and back behind, down dog. Now we can find a way to wiggle out. You can sway the hips or pedal the legs. Some way to move. we'll start walking towards our hands, taking small steps as we make our way forward. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale for another halfway lift. We'll add more of a bend to the legs so we can drop the fingertips down. Pick up the left, press it back behind. Inhale, warrior one, or our crescent lunge. Now with our belly button, we're going to start rotating open to our right side, and then let the arms follow. Finding a twisted warrior two, we'll reach the left arm towards the top of the mat and the right arm towards the back. Now bringing the chest back around, arms sweep up to the ceiling, lifting onto the tippy toes of our left foot, and then we'll pivot the foot around, warrior two. Our right hand is to the top of our mat, the left to the back. With an inhale, we'll flip our right hand up and over the body and reach to the back of our mat. Exhale, cartwheel. Bring the left arm up and over to the top of the mat. We'll cartwheel again, this time pressing long, straightening out our right leg as we reach to the back of the mat. Keeping that leg long and straight as we reach forward and move to our triangle pose, stacking our left arm over our shoulder, over our right arm. And we can take the eyes down to the floor or up to our left hand. Exhale from here, we're going to circle our left arm down towards the floor. Add a bend into our right leg. Pivot our left foot and step the left to the top of our mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Adding as much of a bend to the knees as we need to pick up the right, send it back behind. Inhale, press through the feet, and we'll lift up to that crescent lunge. Now, starting in the lower belly, we'll twist towards our left side, and then allow the shoulders to open, reaching our right hand to the front of the mat and our left to the back. Inhale, sending the chest forward and the arms up. We'll lift onto the tippy toes of our right foot as we pivot the foot around, warrior two. Inhale, we'll reach the left hand up and over the body to the back of the mat. Exhale, cartwheel the upper body and reach the right hand to the top. Cartwheeling again as we extend long through the left leg, straightening it out and reaching the left hand to the back of the mat. Again, cartwheeling, reaching the left hand far out in front, keeping our left leg straight, triangle pose. Our right hand stacks over our left hand. And we'll take the eyes to look down at our left hand or up at our right. Exhale, we'll circle the right hand around until the shoulders are pointed down to the floor, adding a bend into our left knee, pivoting the right foot around and stepping to the top of our mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Nodding the head yes, and shaking the head no. Releasing out the upper body and allowing the top of your head to drop towards the floor. We'll drop the arms straight down from the shoulders. And we're going to start at the base of our tailbone, the lowest point of our spine, as we roll one vertebrae up past the next, keeping the arms down, the head down for as long as we can, slowly rolling our way up to standing. Roll the shoulders up and back a few times. And we'll make our way to a mountain pose. Or you can make your way to a shavasana if you would like to move to a slower end of class. We'll close the eyes and find a nice tall or long posture through the body, with a large breath in through the nose. Let it go as a sigh. 2 more breaths like this. In through the nose and out as a sigh. Thank you so very much for joining me today. It is always such a joy and an honor to get to spend this time with you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Go in love, go in light, go in peace, and go in joy.